What's up, guys? It's CJ, and I hope everybody is having a great week. We're just here today to just kind of chit chat a little bit about a few things that are going on in the entertainment industry. Well, not necessarily the entertainment industry. I'll say entertainment and social media industry because the two stories don't really coincide with one another at all. It's just I just found them pretty interesting, and I just thought we would take a few seconds to talk about what's happening. One story you may have heard of and the other one you may not have heard of, but I think most people have heard of the first story we'll talk about, which was the white NFL player Chad Wheeler, who beat and choked out his black girlfriend. That story has been kind of making waves along social media here these past few days, and rightfully so. I got my story from rollingout.com. Although other media outlets have reported on it, I just looked at theirs and just thought I would just get the story from them. And I'll read a little bit of it, certain parts, and we'll just kind of discuss it. But Rolling Out says, a white football player was arrested and charged for allegedly beating and choking out his girlfriend near Seattle on January 24th, 2021, because she reportedly refused to bow to him. Chad Wheeler reportedly ordered his woman to bow before him. When she reportedly refused, the 6'7", 310-pound Wheeler slammed the 5'9", 145-pound woman on the bed and beat and allegedly choked her. Oof. Now, he choked her until she lost consciousness, reports the Seattle Times. The wounds were heinous and are disturbing. Now, she had like a busted nose, her nose, so he must have hit her in the nose area. Her face was swollen. She had like visible scars, and she just looked to be in utter shock. Like she was, like her eyes were bugged. Like she looked really, really bad. And you see the pound difference. You can make the comparison. 310 pounds, 6 foot something, against somebody my weight, 145 pounds. Although she's slightly taller than me, we probably have the same body build. And you see me, and then imagine somebody, twice my size plus some, going against that. No match at all. But when the woman regained consciousness, she reportedly ran into the bathroom and locked the door, with Wheeler allegedly saying, "Oh, you're still alive." Like he intended, from what she says, it sounds like he intended to kill her. And the story, it gets worse. But the unidentified black woman frantically called the police, saying her boyfriend was killing her, the newspaper reports. By the time local police raced to the scene, Wheeler had picked the lock and entered the bathroom. Officers heard high-pitched screams as they approached the apartment and busted into the apartment. They found Wheeler standing next to a bleeding woman in the bathroom. So he got into the bathroom at this point. She thought, she could find a little safety in the bathroom, locking the door, but he came and picked the lock and apparently continued to beat her, as we can assume. Now, Wheeler, who reportedly suffers from bipolar disorder, had not been taking his medication recently, was booked into the King County Jail on suspicion of felony domestic violence. He is being held on $400,000 bail and was ordered to relinquish all weapons. He is also prohibited from having any contact with the victim, whom the media will not name. And I'm glad they are leaving her somewhat private, although people who know them probably, I'm sure they know who she is. But this was something that I wanted to kind of touch on. Now, they are saying that he is bipolar and had not been taking his medication. So now they're automatically trying to build up this defense that he wasn't in his right mind, or, they can blame it on the disorder. No, he was being irresponsible and wasn't taking his medication. Therefore, that's no excuse to me for him being able to get off for what he did to her. I'm sure he won't get off, but I can already tell that that's probably what his defense, if this goes to trial, is going to go with. That will definitely be a part of, their defense, that he wasn't taking his medication. But I read somewhere else, and I'm not quite sure where it was, but he was eating, he had fixed him a whole plate and had a smoothie and was just sitting there eating and drinking. And when he saw her get up to run, he just casually looked, and that's when he said, "Oh, you're still alive," and just kept eating like he was going to finish his food and then he was going to go back to finish the job. But that is just absolutely unbelievable to me. My heart goes out to her. I don't know if this was the first time this has happened. I don't know, because I don't know these people. Had never heard of him until this incident. I'm not a Seattle Seahawks fan, so I don't really know. And then you don't really know many people outside of the big names like Russell Wilson or whoever else, is out in the spotlight. But I had never heard of Wheeler, so I don't really know much about him. But they said that the Seahawks wrote a quick, terse statement Monday evening about the violent episode that took place in Kent, Washington, a 20-mile drive south of Seattle. "We are aware of the situation and still gathering information," the statement read. The Seattle Times reports Wheeler was undrafted out of USC due to concerns about his mental health, including a previous run-in with the police in 2015 and a quick stint at a LA psychiatric center. So he has had a history with mental illness, and this isn't the first time that his mental illness has caused him to act out in some way. Normally, teams are pretty good about vetting, players. He was undrafted, so I'm not really sure how he got onto the team. I guess he worked out for them and things just worked out that way. But a lot of times they normally won't gamble, I guess, when it comes to these type of issues, just because they don't want it to look bad for the team. I mean, it's a business and they don't want an employee effing up the business, so to speak. But they took a chance on him. And from my understanding now, he is no longer a player for the Seattle Hawks, or Seahawks, I should say, not Seattle Hawks, the Seahawks. But I do think that he does need to get the help that he needs. He does need to be arrested. He does need to be charged, and he does need to serve time for his actions. You have a choice to take your medication or not take your medication. He chose not to take his medication. Therefore, I think that he chose to do the crime, so he needs to do the time. I do sympathize and empathize with people with mental illness because I don't know what it's like. I don't know what the medication may do to you, but I know that you need to take the medication if going without it causes you to do things like beat people's asses and fight police. So I do think that you made a conscious decision not to take it. So you need to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. So with that story being out of the way, we'll go ahead and go to another story that I pulled from the New York Post. And I mean, I could have pulled it off of any website, Facebook. Facebook was where I initially saw the story. Somebody shared a picture of this guy and this girl. And I was just kind of like, it was odd because it was one of my friends that I didn't really know, to know, these people. So I clicked on the picture, just being nosy. I mean, I'm nosy. If just a picture, I knew a story had to be there. So I clicked on the picture, which then allowed me to view the comments from the original post of the picture. So once I did that, I kind of gathered that there was definitely a story behind this picture. You saw this man and this woman, and they were smiling and, looking all happy and pretty joyous or whatever. So there were like 2,000 comments alone. It wasn't like likes and whatever. These were comments. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's something here. So I go and click on it, and we learn that there was a woman named Christy Schaefer. And Christy Schaefer, I guess, had been, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm trying to get these names right. It's so much going on in this story, but we'll start with the guilty party, so to speak, or the alleged guilty party. Jason Collier, I guess he's the police chief in this small town. And the town only has about four officers. And it's Amarillo, Texas, and it's a small town. He's the police chief. He has like a couple other deputies or whatever, or officers under him, but he's married, an ordained minister. And obviously Mr. Collier was living a double life. Now, Mr. Collier he's 41, and I'll read a little bit from what the New York Post said. The cheating cop just got busted. A married Texas police chief and father of 4 has been placed under social media arrest by his girlfriend for allegedly living a double/triple life with at least 2 mistresses. This scorned woman aired his dirty laundry in a Facebook post with over 37,000 shares. The scandal came to light after Jason Collier, 41, chief of the Stinnett Police Department, uploaded a since deleted Facebook post commemorating his anniversary with his wife, Opal, the Heavy reported. Things went south for him after one of Collier's girlfriends, Cicely Steinmetz, who likely saw the adoring post, exposed his triple infidelity in the blistering message on the City of Stinett's Facebook page. The post included romantic snaps of Steinmetz and the adulterous cop. So she went on to the city's website, the City of Stinnett. And I had never heard of Stinnett, and I had it wrong earlier. It was in Amarillo. She was from Amarillo, but I guess, he was from the city of Stinnett. He had been promoted because he was in like another town and got promoted to chief of police to Stinnett. And so she saw this post that he had made. It was an anniversary post to his wife, and he made that post back in September. I believe it was like September 3rd. Had a picture of he and his wife, and he, was telling her, thank you. I know that sometimes I can be ungodly, or I'm just paraphrasing, but he was just telling her to thank you. He was grateful for her and the kids and all of this other hoopla. And he just asks that she be patient with him and just allow him to be the man that God wants him to be for her. It was a very like religious post or a spiritual post that you would expect a minister or somebody to post. Well, apparently Cicely got wind of this post, and these small towns, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know a lot of the same people. So she got wind of this, and that's when she decided to put Mr. Collier on blast. Well, she writes to the city of Stinnett saying, Chief Jason Collier is living a double/triple life. I was his girlfriend until yesterday. So what ended up happening was he got kind of mad because she was, going in on him, and he dumped her because she basically told him she knows about everything. And so he left her and just tried to wipe himself, of her, tried to erase her from any trails leading back to her. But she continued. She said, he lied to me and presented me with fake annulment documents when I found out he was married. So when she found out that he was married to Miss Opal, Jason went as far as creating fake annulment papers. So he wanted her to believe that he was really divorcing his wife, but comes to find out he wasn't. So she, I guess, had a history. Cicely had a history in social work. So she was able to verify that the documents that he presented her with for the annulment were not real. He had no intentions on leaving his wife. So she found out that he had a second girlfriend, Christy, and she found that out, I guess, the night before. And he has lied to us, our children, and asked us both to marry him. So you already got a wife, and here you go getting one fiance. Then you're going to get another fiance. So now, so far, he's got a wife and two fiancés on his hand. So in addition to those bombshells, Steinmetz revealed that Collier would also visit me in Amarillo when he was on shift, the Aware Mistress added. So you are on the city's clock, you're on the city's dime, and you're going to see your side chick. So again, I feel like that's an abuse of power, personally speaking, but that's why she put this on the city's website, because she has every intention in the world to get this man fired. She is scorned. She's hurt. I'm pretty sure a man asking you to marry him one minute and then you find out about his wife and another fiance, I know that had to be devastating to her, and she wants him to pay. Now, they went on vacations together. The other girlfriend then chimed in, and that's Christy Schaefer. Now, she had also been dating Collier and let her know that she and Jason had been engaged since December. So Collier has yet to address the allegations. However, the city of Stinnett issued a statement Wednesday on their Facebook page claiming that they were aware of the current situation surrounding the chief of police. But what they plan to do about it is a different story. Now, the Stinnett Police Department's Facebook page and Collier's personal profile have been taken down. The city is taking this seriously and will be looking into any violations of city policy, City Manager Dirk Downs said in a statement. I guess that's like their mayor, like a city manager. Most small towns, they don't have like the title of mayor. So I guess his title is city manager. But he says Chief Jason Collier has been placed on leave while the city investigates. And I'm sure it's paid leave, but they want to get down to the bottom of what was going on. But anyway, there were just all kinds of stories, and other women were like popping up in the comment section. And I don't know how true it is or fake or false, but a lot of women were saying that they were also dating him or had dated him. I know how some people will troll the situation, but I just thought that that was just absolutely wild. This man, his wife, she hasn't spoken out. People have tried to reach out to her and have been getting responses, but they believe that Jason is on like her page posing as her, or he, has access to her page and is making certain responses. But he had been married before. And from what I read through the comment section that Cicely was making, she said that she contacted the first wife because Opal's not his first wife. Opal was his second wife. She contacted the first wife. Sorry about that. She wasn't surprised at all, but I just thought that story was crazy. And you can probably find it and go look it up on Facebook. But anyway, that was all I had. I just wanted to kind of come to you guys and chat it up a little bit and see what you thought about it. Like I said, make sure that you comment in the comment section below. We can talk about it further. And if you have any more information on it, definitely feel free to comment. Again, I'm CJ. I thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all probably Friday or Saturday for Life After Lockup. And we also get Love and Marriage Huntsville returning, and I'm still reviewing the Bell Collective. So I will see you all this weekend. Y'all have a great one. Peace.